I'm back. Apparently, I had some more stuff on my mind. Um, so as you guys have probably seen and heard, if you watch the news or are alive, um, we got a labor shortage out there. What? What, Kevin? Are you serious? That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. If you watch the news, you might think that somehow the pandemic also wiped away your experience and intelligence because they would have you believe that there are not enough people for the jobs out there. What? Okay, look. I posted about this earlier. There could be a number of things going on. Number of things. Okay. I'm just going to speak for myself. In August of 2020, I lost my job working at Amazon. It was a cool job working with awesome people that put a roof over my head, clothes on my back, and food on the table. And that's what that was. It was a job. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. You see, earlier that year, I'd gotten my degree. So I'd gotten that piece of paper that said that I could learn things. So I got my ticket to the club, gave it to the bouncer, and got into the jobs that I thought I wanted to do, right? And so then I went and I did it. And I said this in an earlier today impromptu live about working at Amazon. I worked at Amazon and it was a great experience, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. And working for the people I was working for, it's not what I wanted to do. But I also never took the time sincerely to ever just sit with myself, like really sit with myself and ask myself, like, are you valued? What's your value? What do you want to do, Kevin? Not what is it that's going to make you enough money so that you can do some of the other things that you like to do. What's going to make you enough money so that you pay the bills, just enough. Like, what is it? But like again, if money wasn't an issue, if you were richer beyond your wildest dreams and money wasn't an issue, what would you do, Kevin? August of 2020, I lost my job and I was depressed for about a month. Deep depression, deep depression, because my whole identity, my entire being was in that job. And the second I lost it, I completely lost a piece of myself. And so that month following, when I looked in the mirror and that reflection hit me back, I did not like what I saw. I did not like who was reflected back. And there was a lot of negativity going around. But at the same time, I didn't have a job. So what I now had a lot of was time. And I did not waste that time. But that's not true. I wasted about a month. But after that, I did not waste any time. I can remember the conversation I had with my wife distinctly. I was standing right there. I was making dinner in that kitchen right there. And man, I had just had enough. I just had enough. What the hell do you want to do? Why is it that you feel like you can't be who you want? Why do you look in the mirror and, why do you dislike the reflection? And it's because I just never sat with myself to figure out who I was and what I wanted to do. So I sat there making dinner and I talked to my wife and I said, babe, I love you to death. And I hope you love me that much too. Because I'm going to go on a quest for the next, I don't know how long, and I'm not going to make $1. I'm not going to make any money. And I don't know what the outcome is going to be because I'm going into this with no expectations. But I need to figure myself out. And when I do, when I figure out what it is that I want to do and who it is that I am, I can guarantee you we'll never have to worry about things again. I promise. I just need this time to figure it out. And by the grace of whoever, she said good. And she gave me the time to just sit and think. It took 2 weeks to just sit and think and ask myself every single day. I'm not joking. I had a book right here sitting at just going through questions and answering them over and over again, trying to get deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, further and further. Where, like, what is it? Draw it out. Are there issues from the past that we need to, what do we need to talk about to figure this out? It's a lot of talk with myself. That's why I'm my best friend. And I finally figured it out. And it came to understanding my skills. It came to listening to the things that people had told me all my life about me that I was like, nah, they don't know. But it's continuous. Like, people have told me these same things. They've told me that I'm an empathetic human being. They told me that often I think about other people more than myself. That's my wife. Sorry. I find myself helping out people more than I'll help myself. I'm an empath. I'm very creative, and I'm not scared to do the unexpected. I'm childlike. I'm highly curious. When I like something, I love something. Like, I do the deep dives. I love the research. I love putting the puzzles together and solving problems. And so little by little, I kept answering these questions and diving deeper and getting deeper and deeper into who Kevin is. And I kept drawing it out and drawing it out. Okay, so you want to definitely work with people because you're a people person. You like people. Okay. And you like having impact on people's life. Not like product impact, not like I create an app and that helps you along, but like education. I like being in the classroom. I've always loved being in the classroom. I've always loved the facilitation, the mentorship. I used to work at a boys and girls and mentor kids. I was an AAU coach and coach kids. I just love the coaching aspect of it. Little by little, deeper and deeper. And so luckily, as I was getting closer to the answer, it was right in front of my face. And it was recruitment. Luckily for me, I had started in the place at Amazon that I eventually actually wanted to go. And what was probably best for me and my personality and my skill set, which is to work with people and to help people obtain jobs that don't just put a roof over their head, clothes on their back, and food on the table, but give them an opportunity to learn and grow and build something greater than they thought they could have. And so that's how I've now aligned where I want to be and how I want things to go. But that took 6 months of not making $1. That took 6 months of helping, and I've talked about this story many times. I don't know how many, but it's well over 400 people move on to the next step in their job process by helping them with their LinkedIn profile, their resumes, interview prep, negotiation help. Just very a la carte ways of helping people. And I helped as many people as I could. And every time I would help another person, I would gain more clarity. I would add to my skill set. I would build something that was bigger than myself, and not realizing that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. And so I was building a back on the people who I was helping out. I was building my business on their backs. And so I exchanged my time, my knowledge for them to just give me their problems and then help me and then allow me to help solve them. And that developed my muscle to solve people's problems and to figure out ways to figure out creative ways to solve people's problems. And then little by little, added to that, I was creating content on LinkedIn. So now I'm using my voice every single day. And I'm writing in my voice, and I'm writing with my passion, and I'm writing with my purpose and my mission and my vision and my values. And I'm clarifying that every day. There's a conciseness to it. There's a succinctness to it. There's a robustness to it in the 1,300 characters that I write daily. I'm getting out the thoughts, the feelings, the vision that I've kept inside, and I'm getting it out. And people are responding back, and they're telling me, "Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's not crazy at all. That's a great plan. How long have you been thinking about that?" 30 years. So take it back to the beginning. I say all that to say, if you watch the news today, I'm not special. I'm not the only one that went through this. I know plenty of people that have. I know plenty of people that before the pandemic were doing one thing and are now doing a completely different, or in a completely different industry, a completely different space. That's not them being lazy. That's them figuring out what the hell they want to do. That's passion. That's purpose. That's somebody getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, to me, those are the people that are going to change and impact this world. Those are your continuous improvers. Those are your people that are just not gonna stop when the work is done. If that makes sense. So I don't want to hear this. There's not enough qualified people out there. There are. What you businesses didn't realize and haven't assimilated to is people have changed. And as you, the business owner, you're a human being. You're not an entity. You're a human being. Now, maybe you, the business owner, didn't have to go through a lot of what the employee might have had to. Maybe you had enough money and you didn't have to deal with a lot of these issues that arose via the pandemic. And so maybe you can't empathize. I don't know how you can't, but you can't. Well, I'm here to tell you, people have changed. In the face of possibly not seeing their loved ones again, being stuck in your home, not spending money, saving money, spending time with your family, a lot of time with your family, things you did not have the time for. I talk to people all the time that sincerely did not have the time to realize how fucking awesome their family was. And now they had all the time in the world to do that, and they saw how awesome their family was. And they were like, you know what? I'm not going to go back to work 15 hours for that boss that would talk smack about me leaving 15 minutes early to catch the bus that gets me to my family 3 hours earlier instead of having to wait in traffic. So I'm done working for that guy, that gal, and I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna step back and make less money because I know what's important is my family. So when I have conversations with candidates, it's so much different now than it was 1.5 years ago or a year ago. It's so much different. I feel like people have such a better perspective on what's important. The conversations I have, money is important, and we talk about money quickly, but then we talk about opportunities. We talk about growth. Before, I have to say, a lot of the times the growth talk would be surface level, or the growth talk would be growth in relation to money, and not personal growth and personal development. I hear about that so much more. So news outlets, business owners, hiring authorities, and people that are out there that have jobs, It's not that there's not qualified people out there. Hey, Sultan, I'm here. It's not that there's not qualified people, okay? It's that a lot of people reassessed what they're qualified for. What's up, dude? It's just been me here talking. I just had to get something off my chest. Yeah. And, this is the way I like to use it. I did this earlier. It didn't go very well. My computer died. Didn't realize. And then, so I was like, I'm going to try this again. Appreciate you. Take it easy, Sultan. I'm done anyway. 15 minutes. That's like 10 minutes longer than I wanted to go. Anyways, call it the great realignment. Call it the great awakening. Whatever. People had time. People used that time to think. People used that time to ask questions. And people used that time to reassess their own value, what they value, why they value, and how they value the things that they have in life and what's most important to them. I can tell you, for me, I doubled down, tripled down on my family. And so now when I'm looking for a job, and I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you guys right now. I recently got offered a job. That's, can I even say this? I'm going to say it. I recently got offered a job that's about $500,000 a year. And I'm going to turn it down and take the job that offers me more time with my family, a better opportunity to develop my heart, my brain, my soul, and give me the autonomy to continue to do this, to continue to speak to y'all. Oh, Mike, how you doing, Mike? I appreciate you checking it out. It's just kind of me winging it. Just I've been hearing a lot about this crazy market. I know we kind of actually, this is funny, Mike. We kind of had the unicorn talk a little bit, and this is kind of a play on that. This is kind of a play on a lot of organizations that are looking for these unicorns right now, and the fact that a lot of people have changed their thinking and have reorganized their thoughts and what it is that they believe is important in life. And so as that has been, when I talk to candidates, the wants and needs have changed a little bit. And it seems like organizations haven't assimilated to that change. So I was just kind of discussing that, but about to wrap up. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me. So anyways, probably 15 minutes longer than I wanted to go here. But I just wanted to talk about that. Organizations, business owners, hiring managers, again, consider it is that your candidate population and the way that they view their value as it relates to your role has changed. And so you might need to change how you look at the value for which you might have to change the way that you qualify a candidate That's it. Actually, you may have to change the way you qualify a candidate. Now, that's not to say that you're going to get less qualified candidates. It's just to say that things are changing. And if I were you, I would hop on board or get left behind. Okay, I'm done. I appreciate you. Take care, y'all. Have a fantastic Tuesday.